We are live with Hot Topic. Let's roll. Welcome back to another week of Hot Topic. We've got some really hot topics. It's your boy, Michael Dilks, with the man, Dominick Izzo. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well. It's actually
I get to be a guest on your show this week, right?
Hey, you do. Friday night, you're coming and hanging out with us on Friday night.
Is that where Steve calls in and all that shit?
You know what? Steve hasn't called in. Steve only called in once.
Oh, okay. He got on my video today. He always comments. He's like, to me, he's like Sean Paul Reyes to me. Like, nobody likes him. I like him.
Oh, Steve is the best. Steve is.
I think Steve is.
I used to get annoyed as shit with his every time he starts to comment, self-proclaimed heroes. I was like, oh my God, again. And then you did. That's a T-shirt that got me the worst looks at the gym. I wear this.
I sent you one, right? That's right. I get you. Yeah, the Izzo was right, and the self-proclaimed hero.
I wore that at the gym, and I got a lot of shitty looks for it.
So you want to start with this video?
So I want to set this up. So this is everyone needs to watch this video, and I'm not going to say why just yet, but this is a video. It's just a few minutes, and it's got an important message, and there's an important reason why A, you need to listen to it, and B, who it's being said by.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
All right, add the stage and. Oh, no, it's going to play on Facebook. You might have to send me the Instagram version. Is it only on Facebook?
It is the Instagram version.
No, it clicked it.
It says Instagram.
No, it's taking me to Facebook.
That's my. No, it can't.
Yeah.
We should have the Jeopardy. I have the Jeopardy music somewhere on my shit.
That's all right. Let me see. Hold on. Let me remove this and go to the Facebook. Hold on. Share link. Let me see if I can get there from Facebook. I got it. We're back. Hold on. This is an amateur show with professional hosts. All right. Stop screen. Share screen. Back to this. Boom.
We are
No, we're there. Here we go. Ready? Go. Can you hear it? Oh.
Just popping in with probably one of the more vulnerable things I've ever shared on social media. I'm already like sweating through this sweater just thinking about it, but I had an experience recently that feels really important to talk about, but maybe not for the reasons you might expect. So I was traveling recently, and I had an experience where somebody drugged my drink. And fortunately, it's something I've experienced before, and when I got happening, I don't have some residual like white powder on the back side of the glass.
It's our first day.
I was able to get myself home and into my apartment with the door locked before the drugs like fully took their effect. So in that way, I was really lucky. But I've been super unsettled by it. And like I said, maybe not for the reasons that you might think. Moving through the world in a woman's body, it is actually not surprising when someone tries to hurt you, unfortunately. That was not news to me that was a risk. And I, unfortunately, was just not as vigilant as I usually am in public spaces. The thing that has unsettled me is this difference I've noticed in terms of the reactions of my friends who are women and my friends who are men. So my friends who are women, when I share this experience, their reaction for the most part has been, "This is horrible. I'm so sorry it happened. I'm so glad you're okay." And then abject rage, right? That this is the reality of life. And the men I've shared this with, who are friends, and I have some wonderful, wonderful men in my life. Their reaction was, "This is terrible. I'm so sorry it happened. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're okay. You really got to watch yourself in these big cities." Right? And I mean, putting aside the fact you should never put the onus on the victim, you should put the onus on the perpetrator. That's like a different video. It's not the point of this one. But the thing that's been unsettling to me is the way that the men in my life has sort of taken it as this inevitability that women are going to get hurt, right? There was no collective rage, and the women in my life, we haven't accepted that inevitability. Like it's our life, and we don't want it to be this way, and we're really angry about it. And the inevitability of it from my friends who are men, it really it put me on my heels a little bit, and I'm feeling a little bit unsettled. Though maybe I shouldn't be super surprised, but to be honest, I was a little. And then also just thinking through, like, if I feel this unsettled, I'm coming to y'all as like an upper middle class straight white lady who's well educated, right? Like the experiences of our Black sisters and other women of color, of our trans sisters, of our queer friends, even people of lower socioeconomic status with like less access or maybe even less community. Like it is not great out there in many compounding ways for many people. And I realize like this is happening against a pretty fraught backdrop at this particular moment in history for what it is like to be a woman moving through the world. But I can't help but wonder, what it will take to activate the rage of good men. Because it hasn't been the statistics, the 1 in 2 women experiencing sexual assault, 1 in 5 who are going to be raped. If it's not the headlines that we're seeing associated with the release of the Epstein files, and if it's not someone that you know and love and respect coming to you and saying, I was hurt, if it's not those things, what will it take to activate the rage of good men? And the reason why I care and the reason why I'm asking this question at this moment is because we need the activated rage of good men for this to stop being an inevitability. The men who hurt women are not going to listen to women about why they should stop hurting women. The men who rape women are not going to listen to women about why they should stop raping women. We need people in this world who are born from mothers who often are intimately partnered with women, as girlfriends or fiancés or wives. The men who are raising daughters, we need your rage because you might not be perpetrating the violence against women, but you have a critical role to play in ending it, and we won't be able to end it without you. And I also, look, I know you might actually have that rage now. You might just not know what to do or what to say, and I have a lot of empathy for that. It can be hard to know how to show up in these types of spaces. But I also know like half of y'all have probably built like a fully functional go-kart with like leftover popsicle sticks and Laffy Taffy because you watched a YouTube video and were like just the right amount of hot. Like I think you can figure it out. I think there are thousands of organizations that exist to end violence against women. And I don't know, just like if you're not sure what to do, fucking Google it, right? And if it sounds like I'm mad at you, I'm not. It's an invitation, right? To not treat things like this like an inevitability, and to maybe not think that you don't have a role to play in making things better, because you absolutely do. Okay, I'm very sweaty. I'm gonna stop. If you've made it this far, thank you very much. Go whatever sports team you really care about. Okay.
Now we need to have a discussion about that, because what I got from that when I actually listened to it was, here is somebody who is saying, and she flat out said, men will not listen to women who are telling them not to commit violence, rape against men. So that means a woman going up to a man and saying, don't rape, listen to me. He's going to say no. Men will only listen to the men. That's part of it. Men are the ones who are responsible for stopping the violence on women. I got that. Right? For those who are playing at home, that is Maureen Mago. She is the co-founder of the 30 by 30 police agenda, which is suggesting and striving to gain 30% of law enforcement personnel females by the year 2030. She just, in that 6-minute speech, completely destroyed her own narrative on why any female should ever be a cop. And she put it out online.
Yes. I knew that was where we were headed. And as I'm watching it, I felt like I was watching somebody just blow an entire argument, which is exactly what she did. She essentially said women have to have men to survive, and that men will not listen to women. And that's in a rape situation. What about in a situation where he's got a felony warrant or a murder warrant, or he's got to go to jail and a woman says, put your hands behind your back? She just basically said she knows men will not listen to women.
But I thought they were superior at de-escalation.
Doesn't sound like it. Doesn't sound like they're superior in protecting themselves either.
You noticed she's mad. She's not mad. She's upset. And she had to do a video on it, to where she went to a bar and allegedly somebody went to date rape her by putting drugs in her drink. She went home, told her friends, and her females were all pissed. And she's mad because males had said, thank God you're okay. You need to watch your back when you're out in these big cities.
Sounds like she's supposed to be watching her own back. I mean, if we want 30% women to go do the job where cops are dying. We had another cop shot in Pennsylvania. We got people, we've seen hundreds of videos of cops getting in critical incidents. She's basically saying she can't even protect herself while out at a bar.
Worse, she needs a man to.
She needs a man, and she needs a man to protect her. But she wants women, 30% of women, to be police officers that are going to go out and protect everybody.
I am shocked she left that up. I grabbed that yesterday and I put content on it immediately. She destroyed her entire narrative about the 30 by 30 agenda in that 6-minute rant.
Yes.
Women can't take care of ourselves. We need men to step in. Men, you need to be men will not listen to women who are saying X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. And we as women don't accept accountability. Don't victim shame us. Don't victim shame us when we're going out and you're saying, hey, you need to keep an eye on yourself.
Yeah.
She emphasized the social agenda for lesbianism. That's important to her. We need more people who are born from women who have wives. It's blue. I was
transgenders in too. She brought all the words up, but I can't agree with you more, because I mean, obviously we have the whole you guys hate women cops, and that's not the case. And there are women that can do the job. I'm not going to argue that all women shouldn't be cops. It is a very small number though, and you highlight it. I highlight it. I have the card. You know, I have the old wife is a cop card. I got tried with that the other day again. Do you hate all women cops? I said, I know, I really love one of them a lot, but I got to play that card. But you're right that how do you have it? Not only do you have an agenda of 30 by 30, you have like women's only leadership classes, women's only this. And you have the person who spearheaded this ridiculous initiative saying, we need men. We need men.
Dumbfounded with that yesterday. I pushed play. I'm like, all right, maybe she's going to hit some points that because I've never listened to her speak, never listened to anything. She got the total typical, she's upper middle class, white liberal woman who has the vocal drag. I went out to a bar and okay, I get that. I cannot believe how she completely.
Here's the other thing. If you're going to put marketing, right? We're all in market. We love it. We do it. We say the words. We do all the cool stuff. If you're going to market somebody that's going to push an agenda, and I'm going to be biased, if you put my wife on the cover of a 30 by 30 shooting a rifle, looking like her, you would go, we need 30% of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Like maybe I get behind that, and maybe that's what we're looking for. When you got a very soft, oh my God, I went out and somebody, and you're the one telling me that we need 30% of you and people that are acting like you, that is insane. And I don't know how anybody can get behind. I know one of your buddies, we kind of crossed paths the other day. There's somebody you do respect. I'm not going to knock the guy, but he made a pretty silly post as well. And I think my wife is still in the comments of that one. Basically, again, white knighting for females. And some of our favorite people were in there that don't like either of us and blocked us or unfollowed us. we're in there talking and like, what a great message. And it's really not. It's not, because you take their own people, the person who started it, and that's her message to females and everybody.
I purposely leave my content up so I could see like the evolution of me. And if you actually find some of my content from a couple of years ago, I was 100% pro female cop. And it's not like, well, I got burned by one or two. It's no, I'm seeing it's not the same generation. Everybody who's ever in my comments and said, well, I work with a great female cop, that's our generation. That's done. As far as I'm concerned, our time, late 90s, early 2000s, up until, you know, maybe up until, let's just say 2020-ish, that's the last generation of real cop. That's it. These kids that are coming in now, it's not females, it's this specific generation of females. They do not belong at all. At all.
Yeah. No, I got a call last night. I got a buddy up in Atlanta, same generation as us, started in the early 2000s. And we were just laughing. He called me like 9 o'clock last night. We were shooting the shit. And that was the conversation, was like going back to like what FTO was like as a 2000s cop, what it was like to get dumped out of the car. Matter of fact, today, speaking of cops, is the 37th anniversary of the original episode of Cops airing with our man Jerry Worms down in Broward County. 37 years ago today, March 11th, Cops came out, and that was Cops. That show we watched growing up was Cops. That was what
I never forget the naked black guy who was all like slippery and like five guys couldn't yeah.
But that was Cops. That was Cops, and that's what we grew up with, and that's how I was trained. Now, do we do some things? There were some things that were being done that probably weren't the greatest, and we evolved there. But we evolved too far. And then, like, when I had female cops around me back then, they were jacked, dude. These females were not little petite women. They were like women, like gym teacher women. Like, holy shit, like, who is this lady? Like, now what, you know, you highlight on your page, what I see is the pink handcuffs, the puffy stuff, the OnlyFans models that are posting. And that, to me, I have no idea. When you look at her and go, that is the person that's telling me we need 30% female cops. Like,
I just, I'm done. I started sharing because I've got at least 20 of them, photos of people who sent me over the last several weeks of these small women who are 5'2" or shorter, who are 110 pounds.
Real, just going one by one by one. And it's no, I'm not, here's the problem. And this is always the kickback. Well, there's males that are bad. There are, but when you have more males,
choices, males or females.
Yes, you're right. And the average male is going to, by nature, strength, is going to outperform your above average female.
You don't have to answer this because I don't want to get personal or anything, but you have a daughter. She's not in law enforcement.
One.
Are either one of them in this profession?
Jail.
And how much does that fuck you up?
Yeah. I would like to not have that. It sounded like a good idea when it happened, and now it's, I didn't want. Let's put it this way. I left because I didn't want to go into jail, and I don't like it. I don't enjoy it, and it's one of those things that.
As a father, did you ever have that conversation? Go, listen, I'm going to say my piece. You don't belong in this profession.
I encouraged her not to do it, and she was at a point in her life where when they don't listen to you anymore. And you're like, what am I going to disown her? So I was not happy. I was not excited. I wanted better. I always said that, I used to joke with my buddy, Paul Newborn, passed away March 7th last year. And he used to tell me when he worked all these long details and he did 20 years Army and 20 years as a cop, he said, I'm doing this so that my kid doesn't have to do this shitty job. I want my kid to go to college. I'll admit, I divorce and all that stuff kind of led me. I would have liked better things than her being what I was. And I'm not excited about it. And there are times when I go, I wish she would get out of it. I wish she would do something else. So that is a tough conversation, but kids don't always listen to you. And I encouraged it not to happen, but it did.
I couldn't imagine that. Somebody said, so the people do it all the time. Well, if your daughter, I don't have any kids, ever want to do X, Y, and Z, I guess I tell my niece. Apparently, I didn't know this. I have an 18-year-old niece, and she follows all of my content. You
didn't know you had a niece, or you didn't know she followed it?
I didn't know she follows my content. Because I was talking to her, she goes, yeah, I watch all your stuff online. I'm like, oh my God. I really wish you wouldn't. But then I'm like, just to let you know, you couldn't. There is never a time ever where you will ever consider this profession. It's not going to happen. I'm not your father, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah. It's not, like I said, it's not exciting. My wife says that to me a lot. Like, you know, you should be a little harder on that conversation or hammer that conversation home.
How in a day and age where these kids were told by people like Maureen Mago, you can do this. You deserve it. You've earned it. How? And then we know what it's like. Like I have hatred towards these village halls and these police brass who are swearing in these children going, well, it's not your fucking daughter. You don't care. So when you put them on the street and they shoot someone else's child because they were in fear for their safety, that's on you. Or when this kid gets fucked up on street because she can't take care of herself, that's on you. They don't care. They don't care.
And I kind of launched the nukes this month because it's Women's Month and it's an easy target. I have been just nonstop. I'm sure you're getting them. I'm getting hundreds of reels a day and of these agencies promoting the 30 by 30 in the Women's Month. And I don't even have to make the joke anymore. All I do is share it and comment Happy Women's Month and everybody gets it. And then, you know, you see, like you just said, not only is it that they swear them in, then I get them with their shit. Magazines where they can't possibly, I'm going to bring that one picture up. I never posted it. Magazines where they can't possibly get to them. Gear not just set up insane. And it's like, not only did they swear them in, but then they let them walk around. And I got this one here. I don't understand how nobody is doing anything about this and helping these people. So this one was sent to me. Image file, this stuff. So this is image file. So somebody set this chick up, got her going. I think it's on there. So look at this. This is Lake County Sheriff's Office. Now I'm going to zoom in. Look at her magazines are under her right arm behind the handcuffs.
Yeah, I remember those.
I get, but look, I mean, on the same. I remember you said you trained on the same side of the gun, so I'm all right. But
look, they're backwards. She can't index with her finger because you'd have to reach like this.
There's the zoom in. Where does she get those? Like, she's not a small woman. So I want you to picture this woman in a gunfight in a high stress situation. She is going to, and look at her belt, but all that mess.
They're actually indexed. Yeah,
they're properly indexed, but she's going to reach across her stomach, past all that handcuffs and gear in a high stressful gunfight and grab those magazines. And everybody thinks I'm a dick for pointing this stuff out. Where's the training unit? Look at that. Where's the training unit that goes, hey, sweetheart, can you show me how you reload your gun?
They're not even proper attention. I can't recall that I don't want to dumb it down, called hard plastic, but whatever it's called. I had that type of magazine. My first one was a Sam Brown belt, first department I worked at, the leather, and you had to have a uniform. It was our defensive tactics guys and range masters, they get pissed if you had cuffs that weren't like the snapping in the back and whatnot. You had to have everything, level 3 holster, all this shit. Yeah. When I got to my last department, I went to the nylon and had the drop leg holster, and then it was a free for all. You could have whatever you want. I actually appreciated the discipline of not having that shit that is so easily defeated up there. She's wearing that combination cuffs and magazines. Those were for the dicks because if you wear a duty belt.
Kydex. There we go. That's the name I'm looking for. Yeah. Somebody, hold on. We got a super chat. Somebody wants to call in. I don't know who Jake wants to call in. Somebody wants to call in. Let me know. We appreciate a super chat again. She ain't reaching for anything that's going to risk breaking her nails. If you're on the job, gender doesn't matter. That's another thing. And my wife is huge about that. Nails are for the club when your drink's getting spiked, right? Nails are for the club. You cannot, again, and it happened here. And I saw female after female. They can't hold a gun. They can't shoot it. They're already at a disadvantage. They're weaker, all that stuff. And let me backtrack that a little bit. Females, when they do it right, females can actually shoot very well. They do. But when they put those nails on, and they want to look good for the Snapchats and all that. You can't get in the gun, and you can't, imagine trying to, you see it, you can't grip anything the way you're supposed to with fingernails, and they put these big fancy nails on. They can't hit the mag release. They can't seat the mags right. They can't grab their gear right, but they look pretty, right? They look pretty. Is that what's most important?
How do you go through your day-to-day shit where you literally you're going to handcuff somebody? Fuck shooting. You got to reach down and reach behind your back and get you're going to snag it on shit.
Yeah. It's nonstop nonsense. And we pointed out, and we hate women. No, I don't want any women to die, for sure. And that's the manly thing you talk about. As men, we always are going to protect women. It's natural in our body to go, I'm going to protect those women. You go to any crime scene, any situation, if there's a lady screaming in a mask, every man is running to the female first. It's natural. You're going to do it. You're going to do it.
Yeah, Maureen Mago, actually, she made the argument for us in 2 points. Number one, she proved that what'd you fucking just say? Just had a great point. The second part of my point was the fact that I'm always talking about how men are
on the job.
Right, on the job we go harder.
We're gonna go harder for females.
Sure, exactly. So your female partner gets pushed around, you're gonna tune the guy up. You're gonna use too much force if we see that. So she's proven the point.
Yes, she's proving the point, and then that's good. Check.
What?
I don't know why.
Having technical difficulties?
No, we're good. We're back. It's kind of loud. Maybe is it loud on your end? You have your volume?
I'm fine. Yeah.
I don't know where that went.
Ears.
Do I have something open? Anyway, it's by nature. You're right. Men are going to go, and then at a crime scene, it's not just the female partner. What do we do at a domestic? You're like, I fucking whipped this dude's ass. You're smacking your wife. What is wrong with you? Like, it's natural. I did actually have a female. We have a female. She worked here. She was one of them. She was like 4'11". They hired her. She was actually a Disney character by day. Like, she wore the Disney outfit, and they're sworn to like secrecy at Disney. Like, you have to like swear in that you're not Tinkerbell or you're not. So she's a little tiny girl, and that ended up coming out. But we had a domestic in the hood, black male, beat the shit out of his black female wife. She walks up to him handcuffed and smacks the shit out of him and says, "You think it's okay to smack women around? Take that." Obviously, that was her last day.
That's a violation.
But I was like, damn. I remember hearing that story. I'm like, this bitch is wild, dude. Like, funny, not the right thing to do. The dude was a piece of shit. He ended up killing somebody a couple years later, and he's in prison the rest of his life. So he didn't rehabilitate in prison. But that's the emotion. You talk about the emotional side. Like, yeah, we do it too, but we always get highlighted men because there's just more of us. There's going to be more videos of men doing dumb shit, but when the females do it, man, they do it right. They'd use the old black taser, pow, that taser that goes bang. They do it right. And it's funny, right? It's funny till it's not, until, there's one, the female got indicted. There's a couple of them got indicted for shooting people when they didn't need to be shot. And of course, men do too. I'm not just saying just females have it, but it seems to happen more often. And then your whole argument about females can escalate force quicker.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I see her dancing around, and this is where your argument goes with the TikTok. I see her dancing around. I see her making videos. I see her getting ready. Her life is so on social media. So let's look for the training. Do I see her? No. Is she shooting any? Is she doing jujitsu? Is she doing any type of martial? No. It looks like she's just putting makeup on, doing her nails, and getting ready. That might be used against her. Man, you posted 3,000 TikToks last year. I never saw you do any police work. Never saw you do anything to help yourself. I saw you drinking beer. I saw you posting videos, hanging out car windows. You know what I'm talking about. We posted this and that, but I've never seen you train. And it doesn't sound like it can be used against you, but it can. It can absolutely be used against you.
I don't know. I did. You covered a video a while ago, and I covered it twice. I covered it again last night, which was the Mustang, Oklahoma shooting of Juan Barbosa, a guy who had mental health episode on the side of the road, get a pair of gloves, female cop shoots him. And I went through the whole press conference the chief gave and how that man said that shit with a smiling face. He had said, press reporter asked him, and he played the video. It didn't match up with what the chief said at all. It's only a 55-second video. But the chief made a statement, said that at the time, Officer Wright, who was hired in 2023, December 2023, and just got promoted to sergeant last December. Last December.
Yeah.
Officer Wright perceived Barbosa to potentially intend to intentionally pretend possible deadly force. Those were the 3 words that he said.
They don't go together.
Now you are far superior at firearms training than I am, but we receive the same type of basic training when it comes down to the concept. Never once in any class, any articulation has ever been able to say, I shot a subject because he possibly was intending to potentially cause me death and great bodily harm. Not only did this woman keep her job after murdering somebody, she got promoted to sergeant.
Yeah.
So I don't know if shit could be used against you anymore. I don't know.
Well, they don't. That's the problem. That goes back to the grand jury because we have Sal Andrade. Sal Andrade, greatest dude ever. I'm super great. The whole family. He's indicted for shooting somebody justifiably on video, 1000% cleared. 2 years later, indicted. So you're right. You have 2 opposite ends of the spectrum where you can do everything wrong and your chief and agency backs you. It gets spun to a grand jury that she possibly could have, might have, thought of, would have, could have, should have. And all it takes is the prosecutor to present it to a grand jury the correct way, and you're done. You're good. Or you have Sal Andrade, who has no information, sees a guy with a gun, guy calls in, the people are breaking in, shoots him because he's got a gun and he's lifting it, cleared, back to work, and 2 years later, a Democrat AG comes in and says, we're going to indict that guy. Now we're in 2026. It's been almost 6 years since Sal's been indicted, and still no trial, nothing. This dude's everyday lives. So that is the 2 ends of a spectrum. That's the dangers of a grand jury is you don't like it, they present it one way, and in this case, the chief uses all those words. The prosecutor backs the chief. They're in bed. They go to a grand jury and they go, hey, let's make this one go away. They don't have to present all the evidence to a grand jury. They only present what they want. And they start using those words. And a bunch of guys go, well, she could have, would have, thought of, and they're saying it's all right. It's all right. Right. And that's the dangers of that's a dangerous part of our criminal justice system. People don't know. Like, you can be indicted, like they say, like a ham sandwich can be indicted if they present it right, or they can do the opposite and go, we're going to make this one go away. And it went away for her. It's just
35, gentlemen.
But we're the pieces of shit, right? For pointing it out. I hate cops. Do you know how many times I hear that? And you're friends with that other asshole that hates cops. It's like, I don't think you guys are seeing it right. If you're going to be so narrow-minded, you're not seeing it correctly, because that's not what we're here for.
We're just right, and everybody needs to just shut the fuck up. We're right. They'd live longer.
Yeah, I agree. It's the conversation has to happen. And you see, I will back you 1000%. I'll do episodes. I'll do everything I can to support anybody that deserves it. But you can't back the blue, right? If you're going to turn a blind eye to the terrible calls and the terrible administrations that are backing these terrible incidents, you can't have both. You can't get society on your side when you have a cop backing that female that murdered that guy. Can't happen.
Yeah. Bootlickers, pay attention.
Yeah. I mean, you say it a little different than I do, but I got told.
We're today, and I was talking to my niece about this today. I go, do you read? Because I can't believe for 18 years old, she's so conservative. It's ridiculous. And I said, you read my comment section. I go, did you see how many people absolutely endorse cops shooting criminals just because? That's the solution. Hey, the person was walking towards them with their hand up in the air, but they stole a candy bar from the Pat's Pantry or White Hen. Oh, and they got shot. So fuck around, find out.
Yeah, that's my problem is you can't be so fuck around, find out. You have to have a brain. And that's where we look at like most of the stuff we're seeing with the ice shootings.
Oh, the information out on them?
No, I haven't seen anything new.
They're talking about all this training that they're flagging each other during training. They're having negligent discharges of firearms in training. These guys are there's some whistleblower going to Congress and said these guys are severely under training.
Do you know, I don't know if everybody knows this. I talked about it. Do you know that ICE is not funded right now? Did you know that? You didn't even know that. Nobody knows. They stopped funding DHS February 14th. The government voted on the shutdown. They covered everything but DHS. ICE, Air Marshals, TSA is unfunded. They're not getting paid.
TSA is
they are, but you got to have something between it. You had a bomb threat the other day in Kansas City. A flight got evacuated. So you have all those people unfunded. The border's open. Just enough people to cover it. All the extra people are gone. All proactive mission. That's why I haven't seen us shoot anybody in a while. They're not out there. They're completely shut down right now, and nobody's talking about it. Got a super chat here from Papa Penguin. Off topic, we just found out today that Treacher, Portsmouth, Virginia PD was acquitted in 2023 for ventilating a turd by the name of Deontrace Ward, and he got back pay. Sometimes the system works. Not familiar with that one, but I'll have to look into it. Did you right? Sometimes the system. We're not, and we're not anti-system. We're not anti-system. We're not anti the right thing. But you, like Dominic says, you can't be so pro-police that everybody gets it, because it's like George Floyd, and I think you and I are on the same side of George Floyd. Tyler's on the other side of George Floyd. I don't think he committed murder, but I think when you kneel on somebody for 9 minutes, even if it just doesn't make sense.
I presented that argument the other day to somebody. We were talking about the same thing, and somebody's like, "There's a difference between," and I will die on the hill of George Floyd. I will fucking die on it, because yes, what happened to him, Chauvin didn't kill him, but Chauvin, it's like holding somebody in a wrist lock and squeezing their wrist for 9 minutes after you've had them in cuffs. For what point?
Something's gonna happen.
Right. So, I didn't know about the case of the guy in Texas, Dallas, who is in 2016 was knelt on for fucking 14 minutes while the cop, and he calls the police for a mental health crisis, saying, "I'm off my meds. I got coke in my system." Security guard cuffs him, and then cops show up and they pin him down, trying to change cuffs. And I'm like, guys, where's he going? Leave it. But anyways, everyone with the whole George Floyd is, well, he tried to pass a $20 bill. To this day, not one person aside from me has ever pointed out that not a single fucking cop on that George Floyd crime scene ever went to look if that was a fake $20 bill or not.
Yeah.
They can't even articulate he committed a crime.
Yeah. The failures of that one are monumental. And that's where I have to go. Even though I want to reach across and choke Tyler when he says it. Like, I laugh. Like, you can't do that for 9 minutes. I don't care what the tactic is. You're right. You can't taser somebody. Would you tase somebody for 9 straight minutes as resisting? No.
They're not letting go of the pistol. Whatever the reason is.
You can't articulate any hold, no chokehold, no taser, no baton, nothing. You can't do, if you're doing something for 9 minutes, it's not working. And then the wherewithal to check for movement. Like, at some point you're like, this guy's not moving anymore.
Yes. Did you see the Dallas, Texas one?
No, I did not.
It's just as bad. It is a white guy.
He died?
Oh yeah, he died on scene.
He's white.
Apparently, the cops were cleared. Of course, three went back to work, and 1 retired. But poor guy calls 911 because he's having he's off his meds for bipolar, and he has cocaine in the system. So he's calling for help. Apparently, a security guard cuffed him. Whatever. I'm assuming he let the security guard cuff him. They're there. Police show up, and they get right out of the car. They pin him down. You got at least 2 on him, and one cop has got knee on the spine, left knee on the spine, right hand pinning the shoulder down, or left hand pinning the shoulder down, right hand on the back of the neck. And they're trying to change cuffs, going, hey, we want to give the security guard cuffs back and put our cuffs on, when there was no crime committed. Can't articulate. 14 fucking minutes. And then the guy passes out and dies right there. And they're going, hey, man, you awake? Hey, and after he's
on cocaine, Dominic, what are you talking about?
After he stops resisting, his body goes limp. They stay on him. I'm like, holy shit. Yeah, we have some.
That's what I'm saying. There's good ones too, because we had one that didn't make news. We had a black kid high on ecstasy. He got tased and he ended up dying. And it was completely justified. He was out of control in front of a bar, going crazy. Tased, and due to the psychosis he was on Molly, he died. And they were like, yep, that's why he died, because he was on fucking drugs and he overdosed. But they did it correctly. They would have tasered him probably 11 times, probably would have died anyway. But how do you go to justify the 11, you know what I'm saying? Like 11 tasings. Oh, he probably would have died anyway. Well, yeah, we can't really make that determination because the dude was electrocuted, 15 times. Tasered once, taken into custody, went to the hospital, and eventually he passed due to cocaine and overdose. He was high as a kite on Molly. That's the correct way. But like if they would have knelt on him for 9 minutes, or they would have held him down for 9 minutes, and there were other factors to go, even if it was not the reason, you're not going to ever win that argument in a visual world where everything has to be seen. You're never going to win the argument. So the easiest way to do it is do it right, train, pay attention, be aware. The biggest problem I had with George Floyd, I hate it so much. They were inches from closing him in the back of that car, and all they had to do was drive away. And none of this would have happened. But for some reason, they pulled him back out. And I hate it every time I watch it. I'm like, bro, I don't care if you smashed his head. You could have got him in that damn car, drove 4 blocks out of the fucking mob, and reassessed. We don't even hear about it. We would have never heard about it. For some reason, they pull his freaking ass back out.
He never should have been in cuffs in the first
place. They probably a little more investigate. I get where you're going with that. Like,
there was no crime. All the way. No crime committed. Nothing. Nothing. And it blows me away. And I want to, and I have no love for George Floyd, but at the same time, too, it was simply for one reason. I've said this a million times. People want to vilify a black criminal.
Yeah. And if you can't just say, well, everybody, he's guilty, he deserved it. Like, you can't live like that. You can't, especially today. You can't live like that. Everybody, and you've seen videos of mine. Like, I got painted as a monster, but you have to treat everybody fairly. And let's go in. Yeah, let's transition into why I did my episode today. I made an arrest back in 2022, and I put it to bed. It was a normal arrest, and I went on the Ian Bick show, and the female jumped in the Ian Bick show, and she made this comment. So the wife should be held accountable for helping him plant drugs on me. She pulled an empty bag out of my bra, and they claimed it had 2 grams of cocaine. It was an empty baggie that previously had THC in it. She should. So what should have been paraphernalia charge, empty baggie, Michael Dilks, Joanna Fricke, and Terry had a hand. We planted Evan. That's a pretty serious. That's a pretty serious. Then she takes to Facebook the other day. And on Facebook, she says, lady officer, it was a video of arrest going down on Facebook. It said it was my Joanna Fricke, which it wasn't. She wasn't at work. They can expect to have a drugs planted on them while she is involved. She's known for it. She claims to be all high and mighty, yet one of the most crooked, corrupt NPC there are in the foreign corporation. And dude says, wow, crazy. It really is. But for real, her and her hubby Dilks did it to me, planted 2 grams of cocaine. So I don't give a fuck. You know me. Like, I don't give a fuck what anybody says to me about me. I don't care. I've been accused of everything.
That would have been you with how much your department hated you, you would have been in handcuffs for that.
Yeah.
They would have been
right?
Crazy.
So my spouse though she never did the goon shit like I did. Like you were her report more the same type of cops. You guys were more into like handling calls for service. I did the gray line, gray area drug stuff. That was just what I like to do. It's not for everybody. My wife doesn't have those accusations in her. Like every person I arrested, I planned the drugs on, right? Every single one. There's not one person I didn't plant drugs on. Everybody I arrested was innocent. I'm okay with that, right? They were all innocent. I made it all up. I'm used to dealing with that. I've been to court. I've been accused. That's my lifestyle. I made it. I chose to go make those drug arrests. My wife did not. My wife was simply backed me up on a stop. So after that all happened, she jumps in my DMs. And this is how that conversation goes. So she gets in my DMs and she says, I have to shrink it.
This is after all of her.
She makes all these claims and then she messages me. She says, good morning. This is back in October. I'm going to let it play.
Oh, she was trying to catch you on something.
She messages me and I'll let it go. And she tells me that basically I can get right with God. And I can admit, now that I'm retired, I can admit that I planted the drugs on her. And I could take a plea deal. I could take a plea. I could get a nice plea deal if I go ahead and get right with God.
Did she ever file a complaint with the department?
No, she actually pled. We'll get to this. She pled guilty to the charges and got sentenced. And then this is years later. So my response.
Oh, you did.
Everybody else watch the body camera, and then she turns crazy. Yep. And then, part of closure is admitting the things you've done, and we go back and forth. And you can watch all the rest of this on my episode.
Not even remotely believable.
So So what happened? Is there any video evidence about what happened? So I'm gonna play the body cam.
Right here.
No.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Actually,
It's easier
what do you mean? It's
to leave this stuff here.
I'm trying to get her to change.
I mean, I'm being
I want
honest
you to
with
read
you.
You're not. I asked you like 3 times.
I did tell you.
Okay, so how about this? We'll see how honest
I
you
said,
are. Okay, hold on, because I'm getting ready to ask you some questions. I have to read your rights, okay? So we'll see how honest you are. Don't reach in your pants.
I'm pulling my
Okay,
pants.
you have the right to remain
Yes.
during the interview. Okay. I have no knowledge.
Yeah, you
I'm the
could.
warrant guy. I arrest people on warrants. They said you had a warrant. I came to look for you. I found you. If you have drugs on you, then we'll deal with that when we get there.
Right there.
So please, pretty please. She starts begging, right? Please, please.
She's got him on her.
wants you to believe that she has a bag of THC possibly in her bra, but she doesn't know because somebody else put it there and asked her to hold it.
That was her trying to get. The second she goes, please. That's her admit. That's her. She
Yeah.
doesn't want to get caught with what she's got on her.
Nope. So I'm gonna play it up. Here is when
She has a warrant for something. When I was pulling up, she allegedly gave her some stuff. Something might be on her.
Yeah, he fucking, if he tells you he did, can you please believe me? I would not lie to you.
he would not lie to me, and he put it on her. So it's not whether or not there's something on her. I planted cocaine on her. That's her story, but she's admitting somebody else gave her something. And it's in her blood.
I mean, I would, but I'm not. So I'm being honest. Truck, and then he went around there to tell me, what's the police? He's like, hold this. I guess he thought I was
And they told her to hold something.
So he's like, hold this. And he put something in my bra. I don't know.
Something in her bra. She's not sure what.
I think it was this. He's not really around. And he's like, here, hold that. And I'm like, oh my God.
Cocaine.
And it was the
Cocaine.
No.
Cocaine in the bra. I identified it immediately from that far away. She identified it. She knew what it was because she.
Well, if you want to
oh
back
my
up,
God.
you want to back up and show how if she had a baggie or anything with white, even 2 grams is tiny, but you would see in the contrasting black gloves that Joe was wearing. You would see.
Well, I'm going to play Joe's body cam as well. It doesn't catches as well, but it goes through the conversation so you can hear it a little better.
I guess, my friend right there in the red shirt, he had got like kind of scared because he seen him get out of the truck, and then he went around there to tell me, he's like, what's the police? He's like, hold this. I guess he thought I was going to run. So he's like, hold this.
So her story that day is she sees me coming. Her friend gives her something, puts it in her bra, and tells her to hold it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put something in my bra. I don't even, it's on this side. I think this thing. He's not moving around.
Yeah.
And he's like, here, hold that. And I'm like, oh my God. And it wasn't.
Oh my God.
I mean, I don't know what it is.
She doesn't know what it is. So that you can watch my whole episode. I break it down even further with more stuff, but that's what we deal with. That's police. That's what we deal with. Now imagine, like you said, if I still work there and the body cam's good on this one. Let's say body cam died. Let's say it didn't catch it all the way.
Let's say you're Polk County, you don't wear body cams.
Exactly. And now I have an accusation where they already hate me. They want me gone. He makes his accusation and they can go a twofer because they pulled a twofer on us anyway. They banged me and my wife both in the same IA on a different case. Absolutely nonsense. Never forget, put your wife up and look at the opportunity. So my point of this episode wasn't so much, it's her. I want her to look like shit. And she did because she's all over Facebook still, 3,500 followers, blocked me, of course, and still commenting. But my point was the reason I do this and the reason accountability is important and what the episode is about is that can ruin somebody's entire life. That can ruin your whole fucking career. One shitty accusation, cop doing the right thing, and you get lumped in to planting evidence, and it can change your whole life. And it can not only change your life at the job, imagine you're out in public now. And you're that JoJo, you plant dope on people. You're at the imagine how that could affect you overall. And that's where it's bullshit for people to pull that. There should be a charge for what she did. There should be a way to arrest her when it's black and white on video that she did what she did. She pled guilty. She got probation. She actually violated probation because she did meth. And she pled guilty to the charge. So she went through court, pled guilty, got sentenced, went to jail, violated probation, and then sees I have a podcast and decides, let me attack his character.
Slapping lawsuits on people.
It's unfortunate that, and my point to the agencies were, if I still worked there, that they would have done an IA, right? They would do an IA and then quietly just go, well, it's on body cam, we're going to close it. They're not going to go on the news and be like, hey, we investigated this. And not only was it bullshit, we're going to pursue charges on this lady for lying about our 2 deputies. They don't do that. If you're founded, they're going to put you all over the news. Oh, here he is. He's a miserable guy. He arrested this guy. His wife yelled, "Put your wife up." Let's put him on the evening news. You find out that you didn't do it. They don't go back and follow up with the news and go, "Oh, by the way, we investigated this and they didn't do anything wrong." You deal with it, right? It's a shitty process, and it's not fair that people can make accusations like that. And that's where you come in, because in order to defend and be right with my case, you can't just give the cops a pass on doing the wrong shit. So you have to have accountability for when we do something wrong.
Makes it so much easier to defend the cops.
Correct.
100%.
Because if so many cops didn't do anything wrong, we wouldn't even need a body camera. They would go, "There's no way the cops playing the drugs." Well, there is a way, because it happens all the time. So, and
did you see
dumb
the video? I didn't do any content on it, but there's a video going around where like three cops are on top of somebody, and it looks like one cop. People go, "He planted drugs on him." I mean, it looks, he kind of reaches down into his leg and pulls something out. I haven't done anything on it, but
it's easy. It's an easy thing to say. And her story is like a really in-depth THC bet. She goes super in-depth, which just buries herself, because again, misdemeanor paraphernalia. No woman acts like she did waiting for a female to get there. And if you watch my episode, I play it longer. Please, pretty, please, come on, please. She knows it's drugs. She knows it's cocaine. She knows it's a felony.
When you make the statement, she goes, "Please." It's like, oh,
that's why I fast forwarded. She starts begging me, and it's weird. But it's like,
you didn't transport in that pickup, did you?
I have a cage.
Damn, was that a four? Was a four cab?
Yeah, it's F-150. On one side was all my SWAT gear, had a partition, and then one side there's just a singular cage, and so I can transport, and it's actually a cool setup. I got demoted not long after, so I didn't have it anymore. But you want to know the chicken shit reason why they don't charge people? Yeah, is it they don't want to discourage? Yes, that's the old wise stuff. But that's the cry rape thing. That's bullshit. Yep. Like, you have to, just like if women are gonna, and women are victims, I know it, but women who cry victim that aren't should be prosecuted to the fullest, and so should these people. You don't get to make false accusations that affect people's lives. And in this case, it's over. Like, that was 2022. It's been 4 years later. She decided to dig it up and come back after me. You should turn yourself in, because
she needs to get some of the dividends that you're making from the millions of dollars. She can support her drug habit.
Yeah. So that's what I call justice. And that's why I do what I do. I know that's why you do what you do. We do different things, but we have a common goal.
It should infuriate you, because nothing is more important to me from what I do than my integrity. Like, literally, call me whatever you want. Call me a liar. We are at fucking war, and I will bury the shit out of you. Like, I don't really go in my comment section anymore. I'm so tired of the whole, "You got fired." I'll tell the rest of the story. I'm just tired of all that shit. But if you say I lied about something, motherfucker, now I'm going to crucify you. It's calling is, I do not lie, and I can't stand that. So if that happened to me, I would make what you would do.
Is I'm overly honest, and my wife would be like, "You talk too much," and I'm like, "Yeah, because I don't like to even withhold stuff, because I don't want people to think I'm lying." And another interesting thing I pointed out in there was I got a lot of flack. A lot of people ran their mouth, about me, and I was investigated and this and that, and I'm Brady listed. I can't testify, which is completely false. Recently, judge, there was a big pill mill case where they suppressed the case. They threw it out. Judge threw it out partially based on the fact that people were saying negative things about me, an issue with the big farm, la 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 la. Well, I pointed out in my episode that Fort DCA actually just overturned that judge's ruling, reinstated the entire case, and I mentioned all throughout the thing saying they can say what they want. He can testify. Here you go. And the statewide prosecutor is the one who appealed it. So it's just, they spin these things about you, and for so long I walked around this building where I couldn't even say, "Go fuck yourself." I didn't do that. Like, you were just buried, and you know how it is. You got the thumb on you in the agency, and they treat you like shit. And I'm right.
Such a beautiful
and people hate that you have a platform like this to actually get out and say it. And that's why I encourage people. I said in my episode, come forward. I won't ever tell anything. And you're the same way. If you tell me something in DMs, it's confidential. unless you're going to call me a liar and go use it against me.
Yeah, I do expose people who talk shit about shit or for whatever. But yeah, I've got a thing on my website. You can submit anonymous content.
Yeah, and I get DMs now all the time, anonymous on Facebook, more so because I'm growing on Facebook, and I say, "Yep, you want to tell me something? Absolutely, will not be disclosed." And I look like if you have a case similar to this, and I know you'll do it. You have a case similar to this where you have evidence that you were wronged. You don't want to get out there and do it yourself. Send it to us, and we'll get your story out there. Nobody deserves to be treated like this, and it's not fair. So I gotta go.
Fuck them. Yeah, just because I turned off my echo cancel. I was having audio issues. Hang on, that's on this side.
You too?
Yeah. I think we're still at the tail end of Mercury retrograde, and it screws up. It massively screws up with all your shit.
You Rumble? Did we talk about that?
I'm on it, but I think Rumble doesn't work like YouTube does, so they will never circulate your content.
So what they're spinning to us is you can stream through Rumble Studio to YouTube, and you're double dipping. I just can't get used to it. I'm so used to StreamYard, and you use what, Streamlabs? Or OBS?
No, I use OBS.
Yeah.
I use OBS because I was streaming live to Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'm like, I'm not doing it anymore. It's just gonna be YouTube only, and so I was using Restream.
Hold on one second. All right.
Mercury retrograde lasts until March 20th. So yeah, we're in the middle of it, which explains all these electronic shit things.
If somebody wants to call in, or
all right, let's take a call. You're live, caller.
2217. I had this number memorized for so long. I forgot it.
Call in line.
I have one, but I can't ever remember it because I go so long without people wanting to call in. Hold on.
It's ebb and flows. I used to get a ton of calls, and the last couple of weeks, calls have been very slow to come in. So it ebbs and flows. Don't forget, Mike from Cobbville will be joining me live this Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific for our Friday night ride along. We're going to talk about the job, and we'll take. You got a question for Mike? Call in. He'll ask you. You will answer your questions.
I will. I'll answer them honestly. I allegedly have a number. Allegedly.
Yeah, you gotta get that number. Mercury retrograde.
If they want to come on the show, he doesn't want to come on video. All right. It's what the hell's the anti-hero number? Does anybody remember it? Jesus, I can't even remember it. Like a moron. I text myself and it didn't come through. 772-217-5453. Try that. 5453. Pretty sure that's it. What's it? It's somebody wants to call in about something. We're here all night. You're tomorrow night.
Well, let's go.
Let's go. Call in. Why is your war hat? What's this? Why is your war hat so bad? So I can't take full credit for this. So the war hat comes from Marvin Hagler. Marvin Hagler is a badass boxer, and then I believe he is, and he wore it. He fought all the real people. He fought,
marvelous Marvin Hagler. Oh, dude, no, he died March 13th.
And then, did he die? Damn.
Yeah.
And then my next favorite person is Dustin Poirier, the UFC fighter, and he wore it. Dustin Poirier wears the war hat. So what I look at it is the commie that comes on tomorrow that I'm going to go fucking at it with, the communist Marine. Look at this guy in the war hat. Well, my version of this war is the war within. We're fighting war within. We're at war with ourselves. We're working hard. And hold on one second. You're going to be live in 1 second. I'll tell you. So, that's my version of it. It's the war within. So I got the war hats. You can actually get it custom with the 99%. We have our group, the Anti-Hero Patreon group, and our boys are the 99% because those tier 1 guys, they want to be the 1%ers. We're so cool. We're all by ourselves. We don't believe in that shit. We believe in the 99%, which is the regular blue collar, hardworking dudes, first responders, construction, guys on the ground, firemen, all those people. That's who we're here for. So that's what the war is. It's the war within, and you're fighting the war with all those morons. So we got a caller. What's going on, man? You're live. We are
Doing
excellent.
well, man.
Hey, can you hear me all right, dude? I'm driving right
Yep,
now.
we're good.
Freaking-
Yep, I hear you. Just don't say the word,
check.
please.
Okay. Yeah. Look, hey, y'all were talking about that video you started the show with?
Yes.
The lady. I mean, dude, there's probably talking about for like hours in that one video, but the two like huge things that made my mind just like is that she's like, so she's like, okay, well we're not even going to talk about putting the onus on women instead of the perpetrator. Like, okay, like sure, whatever. It's not. Don't blame the victim, but everyone else in the world is ultimately responsible for their own safety. Never mind the fact that this story she's telling about that didn't happen. But the other thing is, she's like, oh, we need men. Sorry, she's implying that it's like regular dudes that don't rape women and beat women up. And somehow it's their fault for not doing anything. But I thought it was so crazy though. She's like, guys who don't rape women and abuse women, we need you to talk to men who do. And I don't have any studies on this. I don't have any statistics, but I'm just gonna talk like as a dude who's not into that. We don't really know or hang out with rapists and woman beaters.
Yeah.
Like that's not really something that you just kind of. It's not like you don't like dabble in it, right?
Yeah. No, I get it. That's a very accurate point. It's like they don't wear signs, so it's not like you can just walk up to them and be like, "Hey, man, don't rape women." And after the fact, we want to beat the shit out of them, and by then, obviously, we know what they are. So you're right. Like that point of hers is like, where do we find the rapist camp to go have a conversation with them to tell them not to do it? And that kind of leads down the path of
Yeah, dude, tell me where they're at.
yeah. And that lends to her credibility in my head about what she started an initiative. Did she ever think it through? Because she's going to say dumb things like that. Maybe everything she says is dumb. So I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, and never mind. So like, zoom out and just remember all the crazy shit that's been said about men and masculinity for the last 5 or 10 years. Say some normal non-raping guy finds out that there's a raping guy in his circle and he beats him up. That's probably top 2
Yes.
Like, there's no fucking win it.
Yep. So.
Violence is bad. Okay, we need your righteous rage. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, man. But that's awesome, dude. I really appreciate you calling in. I got to get a better system for calling in, but I appreciate your point is well taken, and thank you for support, dude.
You go through a board?
I know what I'll do next week. Thanks, man. I can probably Bluetooth it to my Rode. I'm a rookie. We don't usually people cuss me out constantly. I have a Rode. I can Bluetooth into that?
Which one?
The Rodecaster Pro 2.
Yes, of course you can.
I can just Bluetooth. Hold on. All right. Let's try it again. Maybe we'll have somebody else call. Let's try it. Bluetooth. Hold on. Rode Connect. Let's try it again. Somebody else call. Let me see if it connects. Connected. Okay, then I have this Bluetooth one, right? All right. Somebody else call. Let's try it out. 772-217-5453. We're staying late tonight. We're practicing. So I just turned that Bluetooth volume up and everybody will hear it.
You already got it through your Procaster, right?
I have it Bluetooth to my Rodecaster right now. So I have that little button that raises the volume on.
What's the number?
772-217-5453. This is tech support. Thank you for calling Copville Tech Support.
You ringing through your headphones?
Yep. Talk.
Testing. Can you hear me? Well, yeah, I just went through your board, right? I just hung up.
Yep, we're good. All right. Hold on, we got another caller. I got a caller. Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Now look on your slider. You got to have the Bluetooth slider.
Can you hear me? Test. Can you hear the call? You heard the guy hang up?
I heard the hang up.
Yeah, we're there. I'm ready now.
Yeah.
All right, just don't call and say the word. If
No.
it doesn't, make sure it ends in an A. We got to come back again. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Hi, Mike. I can hear you now.
Perfect. Coming right in my ears.
Look at that. Who we got? Was it the same person?
Hey, there we go. Now I hear y'all.
Good.
Not same guy, same guy.
Good. Thanks for calling back to test it, man. Hey, DM me after the show on copvilleog.com. I'm going to send you some merch for calling in, man. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Take care. Look at that. I learned something new. I used to just play rap music through that thing and get my videos demonetized. I got a call. Now I'm ready to stay online. All right. We're there. Next week, I'll put the number up. We'll pin the number. It wasn't Jimmy, I promise. Store it. If you're listening and you want to be a loyalist, the anti-hero number and my number, 772-217-5453. We're able to take calls. You can call in. You can cuss us out. You can get Dominic all fired up. Tell him something. Tell him a joke. But all right.
Girls, I'm going to be available anywhere you
I got a caller. Here we
What?
go. Yeah, we're ready. You're on. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up? What's up? This is Squealer, by the way.
Yeah. What's going on, man? Thanks for calling.
Nothing much. I'm just sitting here spitting a big fat dip, relaxing from work, and trying to help you guys do a little problem solving.
You absolutely help, man. We
Somebody beat me
appreciate
to
it.
it.
Squealer's from up in the Virginia area, man. Real good dude, longtime cop, an OG, man. Started back when we did.
Yeah,
So,
I got 5 months, Mike, and I'm out.
Ooh, that'll be 25, right?
Yeah, it'll be 25 on the dot. I'll
Oof.
turn 50 with Virginia retirement. It's perfect math. So
You picked the right time to be
I'm
done,
trying
my
to-
friend.
I'm trying to truck through because it's it's real crazy right now. But
It is real crazy. You guys went
I know
super.
we talked
You guys
before.
went
My
super
motivation
blue,
is
right?
still there.
You guys went blue, right? Real big up there.
It's the politics in Virginia are weird. You got basically the 757 area code controls, the politics, and the only reason we went red the last election was because of the school controversy, and they flipped the state, which was great. I got to meet the governor, which was cool and everything, but yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's and I know I've talked to you before. We do barbecue on the side, so
Good. Yep.
I've got a plan.
Awesome. That's right. You're done.
So.
And you are the man. You bought us 2 large pizzas a couple weeks ago for our show and fed the crew on night shift. So you are one of the loyal 99%ers, man. So thanks for calling in, dude.
No problem, man. Y'all have a good night.
Yep. Take care.
See you, Mr. Izzo.
Dude,
Later.
look at that. You got me fucking hooked up, man.
Dude, yeah.
I'm just gonna stay online. I'm gonna end this and just get back online and take phone calls all night. Just talk.
You're going to have a longer show on Wednesdays now.
Yeah, no, we're good. We appreciate you guys tuning in. I didn't plug my own stuff, so we're gonna do that real quick. Don't forget, did I plug it at the beginning? Don't forget to go to copvilleog.com. Go to this one, you get more money off. Use code Hot Topic for 15% off. And hold on, we got another caller. You want to be on the air?
I just want to thank you guys, dude. I love the show, man.
We appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Look at this, man. We're like radio DJs.
It's the best when you get
What's
people.
the best?
I love it.
Caller, what's the best cheesesteak?
Dude, Skinny Joey's all
Skinny
day.
Joey's. Hey, forget about it. Thanks for calling, bro.
Or Angelo's. One or the
Angelo's,
other.
yeah. I
Love
like
the
skinny.
show,
You
guys.
you
Thanks.
bought me Skinny
Appreciate
Joey,
it.
so I got to go with that.
Yeah, man.
You're the
Next
man.
time I'll bring them down. How you doing?
Yep.
All right.
Take care, buddy.
I'll see you, buddy.
Bye bye. Look at that, man. We got people. Not everybody hates us, dude.
It changes the game.
You believe that? Now I'm ready, man. So,
Changes
all
the
right.
game.
So tomorrow morning, 11 a.m.
Yeah. And
Dominic will be Dominic will be on the broadcast at noon Eastern tomorrow, as he is every Thursday.
Hang on a second.
Well,
I don't care when you call me Dom. That's
I can't do it. I gotta be respectful.
You do the right thing. It's right. You guys introduced me as Dominick Izzo, but when we're talking, that's
Okay.
it.
You don't
Some other
mind?
person- no,
Okay.
that's a different fucking story. I don't
right.
want to be introduced as
Okay.
Dom.
So we
My-
introduce as Dominick Izzo, and then I can call you Dom or Izzo.
Whatever.
All right.
That's fine.
Because you notice I get
Call
mad
me.
at myself. I get mad at myself. I'm
I
like,
saw
"Damn,
that
called
when
him Dom."
I saw, call me sir, goddammit.
All right. Tomorrow morning, 11 a.m., the Anti-Hero broadcast. Noon, Dominick Izzo will be on. And then Friday, tomorrow's a night shift as well at 8 p.m. on Counterculture. And then Friday night, I'll be on Cop Talk Live with Dominick Izzo. We'll have a great time. We appreciate everybody tuning in. And next week, we'll be doing lots of call-ins. You guys have a great rest of the week. Take care, Dominick.
Later.